Hey folks, it's it's a rarity for me. It's a video log with actual video instead of just a bunch of pictures or even one picture with a rambling voice in the background. Amazing. Actually, there's a pretty good reason why you're staring at a semi-dirty desktop with half empty. Actually, this is probably just a third empty mug of coffee. Anyways, I just wanted to show you something that I just picked up, and I don't know if you want to call it a review or anything, because I'm just going to ramble through it fast, not really going to go into a whole lot of detail, but I just picked this up, the very best of WCW Monday Nitro, and it's a nice little bit of chaos here, on all the major players at least. You got Sting, you got Flair, Goldberg tucked away in the background, Mysterio, Eric Bischoff with the disproportionately small head compared to his forearms, DDP, not the most flattering shot, but whatever. Picture of the NWO as they from their comeback to the WWF in 2002. Couldn't be bothered to look into the archives for a picture where they looked a little younger, at least. And of course, you got Giant, aka the Big Show. Nice little montage here. Nothing special, mostly from the later years of Nitro. And that's the inside. It's all the discs and all generic looking, but not that hard to easy to figure out. Disc 2, Disc 3, and obviously this would have been Disc 1, but I'm presently watching it in the DVD. Of course, you got Goldberg winning the just as he won the world title from Hulk Hogan. On the height of his undefeated streak, if you remember that from back in the day. This is actually a pretty nice collection, actually. I think my only real issue with it is that, they had to pick out great moments from the 6 years that the show's been on the air, around 6 years about, and to cram it into a 3-disc set, because there is a lot of great stuff here, even during the dying days of that company, which, a lot of people will say that, wasn't really all that great, and if you had to sit through that like I did that time, during the final years, you would know that obviously there wasn't a whole lot of stuff, to the point that I pretty much stopped watching. But you can't say that there hasn't been any good stuff. I mean, there's certainly been quite a few some good stuff from the final years that will most likely never see the light of day. And while there isn't a whole lot of that here, this mostly focuses on the glory years, if you want to call it that. Just to give you, just Disc 1 focuses on everything from 1995 to 1996, 97, 98, and 99, 2000, and 2001. There's actually only one moment from 2001. That's from the final Nitro show, which opened up with Vince McMahon saying that the fate of the company is in his hands. We all know what happened there. At least, if you've been watching, the whole Monday Night Wars and followed the invasion about a decade ago. And some of this stuff I remember just like it was yesterday. And that was I always like these collections where they go back and revisit some stuff, especially during the days when I was regularly watching it. And really, it was some nice stuff that I remember watching from just like it was yesterday. The Goldberg Bret Hart confrontation in Toronto with the steel plate. The Goldberg Bret Hart world title rematch the night after Starrcade, where Bret Hart got the concussion. This was the match that took place afterwards, where he won the title again, and along with Kevin Nash and Jeff Jarrett and a couple others, reformed the NWO for the 5 billionth time. There was the Lex Luger world title win, which I also saw back in the day. One of the few times I saw before I actually started watching wrestling on a regular basis. And then, of course, there was a couple moments that I enjoyed watching. You know, it was nice to see the majority of the very first Nitro. Like, they had like a couple matches of it. Like, it's not the whole show, but they had a couple matches from the very first Nitro. And then there were a couple moments that, you know, I really enjoyed seeing for the first time that I hadn't gotten a chance to see for one reason or another, such as the reboot promo from 2000, the beginning of the Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff era, which began a whole lot of crazy and incredible stuff, such as David Arquette being world champion. But that's not on here. That's actually on an episode of Thunder, which is probably a good thing. But I recall David Arquette had a title defense. But then this is supposed to be the very best of Nitro, and that wouldn't qualify as the very best. They did have the finger poke of doom. No, seriously, they had like a bunch of nice stuff here. You know, some stuff that I've seen before, some stuff that I haven't seen before. It's nice to see for the first time in clear video quality, as opposed to watching on a YouTube video, which isn't always the best quality. And you know, quite frankly, I don't like watching it on classic moments on a stuttering YouTube video. Like, you know, some people say that, oh, it doesn't always stutter. Well, you know, if you had the kind of connection I have, yeah, it stutters at times. But you know, that's just personal gripes, and you know, not a big deal. Now, if there was something, you know, there was one complaint that I really had with this, and it's the amount of trailers that they subject to you, especially on the first disc. You know, every WWE DVD set does this. Even the TNA sets does this. Although the TNA sets aren't as obnoxious as the WWE sets are, but this one I think is the most obnoxious of them, because you have to sit through 8 trailers. That's counting the usual "Don't try this at home," the classics on demand, and the home video one. The other 5 trailers that they subject you to are the DX One Last Stand DVD set. Meh. The WrestleMania 27 set. Already have the original airing. Way better value than any DVD set that they put out, which will no doubt have some edits. The All Stars video game, which is actually good. The game itself is actually not that bad. I tried it. It's probably one of the funnest WWE games that I've played in recent memory. And then they have a couple trailers for their crappy movies, like the Triple H, the Chaperone movie with Triple H, and that other movie where, you know, Randy Orton, I think, is in. I don't remember the name of the other movie. It's the one where Randy Orton was in there for 5 seconds saying that he'll go to the papers, or I forget what it was called. But yeah, it's, you know, it's like the only other annoying thing, and I never had a problem with any of my other DVDs, even the older ones, is that between trailers there's like a 2-3 second loading delay. And maybe, I don't know if it has something to do with my DVD player. I doubt it. I never had a problem with any other DVD set or DVD in general that gives me that delay issue. But it was certainly, you know, certainly something of annoyance. But usually in the meantime, while they're playing the trailers, I'm doing something else. But with this, you actually have to stick around and fast forward all the trailers, because it's just annoying. But yeah, other than that, you know, I think that it's not a bad set. Like I said, my only other gripe is that it's only a 3-disc set, when there could have been a whole lot of stuff. Maybe they'll do a volume 2. You know, depending on how this does, maybe they'll be interested in doing a volume 2, and certainly would love to see something like that. Especially, you know, there's a lot of stuff back in those days that, you know, would be worth revisiting, actually. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it on that. You know, overall, it's like, you know, if you were a fan of like the Monday Night War stuff or the WCW stuff, this is a nice little. It certainly makes for a nice companion piece to the Rise and Fall of WCW DVD set that they did a couple years ago. I think it was a couple years ago. I don't remember yeah, about a couple of years ago they did makes a nice little companion piece. You got more matches, you got more promos, more great moments and stuff like that. So definitely worth getting. I picked this up at a Walmart for about $25-30, so it's not so bad. It's your typical DVD price. So anyways, I'm gonna end it here. I got some stuff to do, and yeah, Till next time. Nice set.